Jimmy Johnson trying to get down on the inside, make a pass.
Jeffrey Bodine has taken the 66 car to the garage. Planned exit. He's going to run a couple of laps to try to fill out the starting field, and they'll park it on the trailer. This is Johnson and Harvick and Steve Park there racing for 13th, 14th, and 15th.
29 car started way back to 24th, up to 14th. That winning last week must have gone to his head, huh?
He's pretty happy guy when I talked to him in the garage on Friday.
We talked about the Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, Elliott Sadler cars. Let's see. They would see the 21 has been able to get by Jarrett, so Elliott Sadler is moving forward. He's up to 27 after starting back in the 38th position. Wow. BJ, the 88 car, started 33rd, so he's moved up 5 or 6 spots. But Elliott, about to lose a spot now. Marty, what's the 88 crew saying? What's Tom's the guy saying?
Well, this is kind of their MO here at the New Hampshire International Speedway, Benny. They start very slow at the beginning of a run, but when they get, the longer the run goes, they get terrific. So I think you're going to see Dale Jarrett come on the longer he runs. They'd never put on tires in happy hour yesterday. They stayed on those old tires. Their fastest lap all weekend was the last lap they turned in happy hour.
Let's check 4th place. Mike Skinner in the 4, Ricky Craven in the 32, Ricky Rudd in the 28. Locked up for that.
And that's what the racetrack hoped, that coming off the corners, these guys could turn under the car in front of them and use the new lane down there to make a pass. Ricky Craven tried it that time on Skinner, did not work for him.
Just underway here in Loudon, New Hampshire with the New England 300 presented by Stacker 2. You're watching NASCAR on TNT.
NASCAR on TNT is at the New England 300 presented by Stacker 2 at the New Hampshire International Speedway in Loudon. We are under caution. Rusty Wallace continues to lead. Tony Stewart has jumped into the 2nd spot, followed by Elliott Skinner and then Ricky Rudd, who has moved up to 5th. Under caution for a spin by Jimmy Spencer. He is right of the car and continued, but we're under caution. Again, at the front of the field, Rusty Wallace in the car that he ran at Martinsville. And Benny, when these guys get a good car, they really love it. But these guys at the back of the field are going to come now down pit road. Remember, fuel mileage is really important at this track. This track has a reputation for early cautions and then a lot of green flag racing. Mark Martin comes and goes. Everybody else, a lot of guys just getting fuel, some taking tires. To Dave Burns.
4-time winner Jeff Burton comes in for an early pit stop. They're going to make a chassis adjustment to that car and put on 4 tires, fill it full of fuel, and send Jeff back out. Marty.
And Dale Jarrett came in, Dave. They had made some progress up to the 27th position after they started back in 33rd. The car just a little bit tight for DJ. They did put on tires. They made no adjustments, however, on the 88 Ford.
Let's check out what happened to Jimmy Spencer that brought out the caution. He was coming off turn 2 and had a little problem.
There, oh, man, he's sideways back in the middle of the corner. He did some serious steering, but he never could quite get caught up. And around he goes, man, he nails the gas, trying to make the thing do a 360. Finally says, whoops, I better try to stop this thing. And slams on the brakes, and roof flaps come up, and try to keep the car on the ground, and the fence is coming, and...
but he doesn't hit anything.
Everything's okay.
Yep. And his heart goes, ka-choo, ka-choo, ka-choo. Check out our Wendy's race menu. As Mr. Spencer is back on track after a visit to the pit lane. What's upcoming? As we continue our coverage of the race for the championship, the big 2.5-mile Pocono Triangle next Sunday. That's always a fun one.
And then the week after that, the next 2.5-mile
rectangle.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway, then the road course.
Then the 2.5-mile road course.
Exactly. So 3 straight 2.5-mile racetracks. And then Michigan, the 2-mile.
We got a great variety coming up on TNT and NBC. Last night, NASCAR Busch Series raced in St. Louis. Greg Biffle got the win for Jack Roush. His pit crew got him the win. Basically, they beat Ron Hornaday's team off pit road on a final set of green flag stops. Padded Biffle's lead in the Busch Series championship just a little bit. Busch Series out at Pikes Peak Raceway near Colorado Springs next Saturday. That one's on NBC, Saturday afternoon.
All right, we're back to green flag racing as the Rusty Wallace, the leader, takes the green, but Tony Stewart in second spot has moved up right behind him. And you know, these pit stops did not surprise me. By the way, welcome, Wally. Good to see you on TV last night.
Oh, thank you, Benny. It was a lot of fun, and you guys could have had a ride for me, though, after I got out of that pace car. Oh, well, took a little while to get over here.
But you know, the pit stops does not surprise me because they can't, these cars cannot run quite 100 miles, 95, 96 miles. They were going to have to make an extra pit stop. They did it in 19 miles. Now they can go the rest of the way on 2 stops. The teams that stopped, if this thing for some reason should go green flag the rest of the way.
Nah.
No.
Not after what we've seen so far.
Well, wishful thinking. Skinner losing a couple more spots.
Ricky Rudd by. Here comes Ricky Craven, Jeremy Mayfield.
Well, talked to Mike this morning, and their car was a little bit tight. They tried to change some springs in the front. BP, they actually went up on the springs because they thought the car was too soft in the front, and the car was rolling over.
Oh, no contact there. Mayfield's gotten wrinkled up. Who hit him?
I don't know if it's going to be more contact. These boys aren't a little more careful. And look at, we see Sterling Marlin trying to get alongside Jeff Gordon. He's got that position.
It was pretty slight because...
Oh, did he push up the racetrack?
That was the old slide jump. It's like you're doing a dirt track. And I think that's what we see a lot today, trying to pull off those slide jobs.
This is 7th place on back. Here's another look. Mayfield.
Jeremy got loose.
And Sterling got it.
Once he got loose, yeah, Sterling got in the back of it.
Didn't see any damage on the 40 car, though. Championship leader, that would be important, but I didn't see anything there.
Oh, smoker!
Jimmy Johnson.
Looks like he locked up the brakes getting down in the corner.
This is Johnson and Kevin Harvick back for 14th and 15th.
They have too much front brake in that car. He's going to have to dial a little bit to the rear. And you probably lock the fronts up. Get man.
Kurt Busch, the 97 car, making a move forward.
Started back in 23rd. He's up to 16th, BP. And Dale Jr. starting to move forward also. Jr. started in, well, he's not starting to move forward. He's rocking forward. Started 28th. He's up to 13th.
And I'll tell you what, as soon as he can get underneath that 10 car, he's going to take another spot. Here he goes. Yep. Did not quite get the run off turn 2 that he wanted.
Let's go back to a lap or two ago. Jimmy Johnson barreling off into turn number 3. And all that smoke we saw.
Yeah, he got a little too deep, didn't he, Wally?
A lot of smoke.
Hey, Dave, what happened to 48? Just locked up the brakes?
Well, not a surprising radio transmission following that lockup. Just be smooth and put the brake bands on.
Trouble in turn 1, Dave. Joe Nemechek. Caution's out.
Is he going to get it started?
Better hurry.
There comes the leader.
And no.
Oh, he's got a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Wow.
He's got it started. But
Serious damage on the left rear.
cars don't work real well on 3 tires only.
I don't think even if he gets started, he's going to go anywhere.
Third caution of the race already, just 30 laps in. The first one for Dave Blaney, spinning, racing for third at lap 3. Then Jimmy Spencer spinning on the backstretch at lap number 20. Now another 10 laps later, big trouble here for Lakeland, Florida native Joe Nemechek.
I wish I had been wrong.
Yeah, when you said that we were going to wrinkle a lot of fenders up?
Yeah, wish I'd been wrong.
And we'll see how it plays out. We're just underway here in New Hampshire. Rusty Wallace is your leader. These races are always like a carnival. We had the on-stage entertainment, too, out before the race. This is the TNT Pepsi stage. Is that Marty?
No.
Strong resemblance to Marty.
You know, this guy is doing all this exercise. I saw him in the workout room in the hotel last night. After doing this for a few hours, I can't imagine going on a elliptical and doing more work.
There you have it. If he was at the workout room, it's not Marty.
Yeah, okay. That's simple enough. All right, let's try this again, shall we? We've had 3 cautions in 30 laps. See how many laps we get to run this time.
Jeff Gordon taking a look on the inside of Skinner. Look out, boys. Careful now.
Mike didn't want to give him that room.
And he still hasn't.
Here comes Tony Stewart, going to try Rusty Wallace for the lead. What's that all about, Rusty?
That's called mirror driving.
It's kind of blocking, yeah.
Yeah. But that's the key. If you can get through the center of the corner really good and at least have a fender on the guy getting into the corner, you could outbrake him, go a little bit deeper, and that's where you're going to pull out the pass. But you got to get beside him. It looks like Tony's working pretty good there through the center. Rusty's getting off a little bit better.
Tony Stewart, very envious record here in New Hampshire. 5 top 10 finishes and 6 Winston Cup tries here. And won this race a couple of years ago in 2000. Running well, starting in the 12th spot, and he's up to 2nd fairly quickly.
This has got a racetrack that you would think that Tony Stewart would run well on, because at Homestead, remember how he used to run, well, does run so well there.
Oh, something's got a problem there.
Elliott's car off the pace, something broke. No, running 3rd, and he almost stacked the pack up behind him. Matt?
Alan, he came on the radio. Mike Ford said, Bill, what's the problem? He said, it just quit running. It just quit running.
Well, try the ignition box. Try something.
He is.
He is.
Those hands are flying in there.
But nothing's working, right?
Nothing is working. And you know when it blows. I mean, then you hear the big rumble and that vibration. And
Well, let's see if he goes to the garage or if he goes to his pit box as the leaders come by to overtake Bill Elliott. He's going to go by the garage, Matt. Looks like he's coming down to the pit stall.
Well, Alan, in further conversation of Mike Ford, he says he has tried the backup ignition box. The car does turn over, but it will not fire. He did try the backup box. He said, but it just will not fire. They're going to try to bring it down to his pit stall and see if maybe something they can find that's amiss. But right now, tough break for the Poster. Remember, he did win at Homestead, although a different racetrack, still a similar flat track. They're hoping for a good run today. They've tried everything, Bill says.
I'll tell you what, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that car just made a very impressive move down in 3 and 4. He went in on the racetrack behind the 55 car, moved down on that low part of the track and passed him.
That was the 9th spot he picked up, and Kurt Busch is going to try and do a little imitation move there, just like he saw the guy in front of him, Junior, do.
Talked to Jimmy Fenning just before the race, and they were pretty happy with their car. And the thing I liked about their cars, when I walked up the grid, their car didn't have as much tape on the front as the other cars did. So that means Jimmy's got this car working really good without that tape, which means a lot of these guys, I think, are going to start taking the tape off the front to get more air to their coolers and their brakes. So they're not relying on that downforce to get through the center.
And talking to Mike Skinner and the crew this morning, Chris Carey and the crew, that's exactly what happened to them in the 4-car. Qualified on the outside pole, but when they took the tape off to put it under race conditions, all of a sudden they lost the handle and have really been struggling trying to find it again.
By the way, when Skinner led earlier, I said, when's the last time he led a race? He led 1 lap at Texas back in April.
There you go.
Joe Nemechek is in the garage with Marty.
Well, Joe, we saw you pointing at someone to think. Who are you pointing at, first of all?
I think it was Jeff Green. You know, just a little impatience there.